Station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Now at 6, covering the entire DMV. A 13-year-old killed. The alleged attempted carjacking suspect gunned down by an off-duty security officer. A live report with the latest details. And blaze on the Beltway. Black smoke billows on busy 495. Details from one eyewitness in Maryland. The woman found her dog after losing track of her furry friend thousands of miles away. Plus, we're stretching your dollar. The hacks to tackle Black Friday shopping you need to know now.
And clouds and showers were in play in part of the day. Was it as warm as yesterday, however? Did anybody break 80? Stick around. I'll have the answer coming up.
Thanks, Scott, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6 this Sunday evening. I'm Ben Dennis. Right now, a large vehicle fire in Largo late this afternoon, delaying traffic significantly on I-95 and 495. Video seen here around 4:30. DC News Now Skylar Salas had drove by at the time. She reported seeing somebody receiving chest compressions there. We have reached out to state police for details. Stay with us as that story develops. And another young life has been lost to gun violence in the district, but DC police say a 13-year-old died after he was shot when trying to carjack someone. This happened last night along D Street in the Penn Quarter neighborhood. Our Dave Laval is live near police headquarters and courthouses. Dave, bring us up to speed.
Along D Street Northwest near the corner of 6th Street. DC police have identified the child as 13-year-old Bernard Tony Jr. of Southeast. They claim an off-duty security officer who waited in his car to begin his shift is the person who shot Tony. Police said Tony and another juvenile approached the unidentified security officer shortly after 10 o'clock Saturday night. They demanded he get out of his car as one of the juveniles held his hand in his front waistband pocket as if he had a gun. That's when the victim shot Tony, who died at the hospital. There have now been 821 recorded carjackings around the district this year, including 7 during the last week. Overall, a 107% increase compared to the same time a year ago. Plus, carjackings involving guns have jumped 74%, again compared to a year ago. Both those figures come from DC Police. We recently spoke with former Advisory Neighborhood Commissioner Denise Krepp, who blames the DC Council for when it started to overhaul its crime statutes back in 2016.
But when you have a carjacking like I did in front of my house, and I have robberies occurring on the block, and I have a rape occurring on the block, I am going to ask questions about crime, and I wish they would do the same.
DC Police told us they're still looking for the other juvenile suspect. You're asked to call them if you have any information. We're live in Northwest. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Dave. Back to that concerning rise in carjackings in just the past 24 hours. Right now, there are efforts to combat the violent crime in our nation's capital. Our Shanika Grimshaw has the latest.
That's right. The city has seen a sharp rise in carjackings as last night alone, 7 carjackings were reported, adding to the alarming tally of 21 in the past week and a staggering 821 incidents to date this year. In response to this surge, the DC Council is taking action Monday as some will host a joint public oversight roundtable. The focus of this roundtable is to examine the effectiveness of violence interruption programs and other strategies aimed at curbing the escalated violence in the city. They will discuss results of the district-wide review of violence reduction programs. That was started by Mayor Bowser earlier this year. This review assessed the programs aimed at violence prevention, intervention, and reduction in the district. The public is invited to testify, and again, that roundtable is scheduled for Monday, and that is on October 30th at 10 a.m. In the studio, Shanika Grimshaw, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Shanika. Meantime, DC police are investigating a stabbing. This happened in Northwest. Officials say this occurred on Connecticut Avenue near the Van Ness metro station just before 8 o'clock this morning. Authorities are looking for a suspect with tattoos on their chest, possibly wearing red clothes. If you have any information, call DC Police. And Metro PD also investigated an armed robbery that left one person hurt in Northwest. It happened at the intersection of H and 13th Street. Police say 2 victims were standing on the sidewalk when 5 people drove up, got out of a car, and at least 2 of the suspects pulled out guns, demanded that those victims give up their belongings. One of them made an attempt to fight off the suspects and then was shot. The man who was shot went to the hospital. Their condition is unknown at this hour. And turning now, today, thousands of runners lined up to take part in this year's Marine Corps Marathon. The race takes runners by DC's famous monuments and into Northern Virginia past the Arlington National Cemetery. The event features a 10K, a 50K, and as well as a kids race. We caught up with some runners to hear how they felt about the big race.
You don't see this anywhere else except for the Marine Corps Marathon, man. There's so many people. You can't not want to run faster than you've ever run before.
Not knowing people, from different walks of life, they're not knowing me, but you can hear the cheers and simultaneously taking those cheers and using them for your own good.
It was incredible. The Marines, all the military and the monuments, it felt very nostalgic and amazing and made me very proud.
And our Marielle Carbone was there among the pack. She finished medal in hand. I know that she did plenty of preparation to make sure that she reached the finish line. Congrats to everybody. Over to your weather now on DC News Now. Scott, you just heard it was a little bit warm out there for those runners. Tell us, it was potentially a record-breaking high today?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, we talked about it yesterday here, Ben, saying that the heat is today that we received, and it got to 78 degrees here. Not ideal for runners, obviously, like a little bit cooler out there. However, there were some clouds around, so it wasn't full sunshine, but still, 78 degrees is above average. As you'll notice, the average high should be 65 degrees in the district. 82 was the record set back in 1918, so not far off of that. The record low 30 back in 1904. Right now, we're sitting at 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, a northeast breeze at 8 miles an hour. And as far as the satellite radar is concerned, this warm front did play a factor, obviously, in not only having the clouds around, but also the warmer temperatures around as well. However, notice back off to the west, this front, yeah, it's a cold front, and it does actually have colder air behind it, actually below normal readings for us. We'll be moving on in. And it also has, again, some showers. I talked about that last night. It's one of the timing of those showers when they'll be moving in. Well, I'll get into that in a few moments with the actual forecast, but yeah, just consider there's a chance, a slight chance and a chance of showers here between Monday and early on Tuesday. Tonight's forecast, again, having some rain showers in play. 61 degrees, a very mild night after we've had a mild night last night. 71 at 7 p.m., 65 at midnight, and 62 around 5 a.m. or so. So here again are the weather headlines here. Another mild night, obviously, as you just saw, with 60-degree readings here in the district, 50s elsewhere. For the most part, showers and breezy on Monday, leftover morning sprinkle on Tuesday, and much colder by Wednesday. We'll have your updated 7-day forecast coming up.
Thanks, Scott. And in the district, if you're headed down Florida Avenue, watch your speed. A new speed camera is helping to curb a reported speeding problem there. Officials say that it hopes keeps drivers and pedestrians safe. That speed camera is on 600 Florida Avenue near the Howard Theater. Santiago Lacatos is an advisory neighborhood commissioner. They say it was installed a little over a week ago, and on the platform X, formerly Twitter, he said that he hopes the camera will help with what he calls dangerous speeding there.
Real need is for sort of road redesign that addresses some of those issues. The speed camera, I hope is the preceding, sort of the precedent to something better.
There are also plans in the works to install an all-way stop sign at Berry and 8th in Northwest. Staying in the nation's capital, D.C. is preparing to open their first ever stabilization center tomorrow on K Street in Northeast. A 6,400 square foot healthcare facility will help provide emergency crisis intervention for adults experiencing substance use problems. Services will be available all day, all night, every day of the week for those who are 18 years and older, and for free of charge, including with no insurance coverage. That opening ceremony is set to start tomorrow at 10 a.m. And Maryland high school grads now have a new service year option for some perks related to their college education. Governor Moore says it's the first of its kind in the U.S. Members will earn at least $15 an hour and work at least 30 hours a week, gaining skills in their area of interest. That's on top of working with support coaches to develop and refine post-service plans, whether they include college, career, or continued service with the state. Participants will then earn a completion award of $6,000 that can be used as a direct payment or direct deposit into a Maryland 529 education account. And in Prince George's County, bus drivers are speaking out against the Board of Education. They claim that the board contracted drivers to help with staffing issues. The union says that goes against the school system's original agreement. But they say the contracted workers are now expected to be paid more.
Money that is being given out to contractors should be given to the staff to retain them, and it should be used to incentivize folks to come and want to work.
It's a violation of our negotiated agreement with PGCPS to come in and take work that's rightfully ours.
And Prince George's County Superintendent said that they are working to conduct an audit to help address issues within the transportation system. They say once that audit is complete, they will make any changes that are necessary. And check this out, a heartwarming moment. A Maryland truck driver reunited with her dog in Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's over an 1,800-mile drive. Check this out.
Where's your mama? Come on, where's mama? He's ready to go home, guys. Who's that?
The furry friends certainly do not forget our faces. The 2-year-old pup went missing during one of the driver's cross-country trips. When she got back to Maryland, she looked at possible shelters but had little luck until 17 days later, she came across her missing dog on the Santa Fe City Animal Services website. The shelter says the pup was given a full medical checkup and some tasty popsicles.